guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. So right now I just have a little bit of leave-in conditioner in my hair. I went to the gym this morning, kind of slicked my hair back with some leave-in conditioner after, just leave a nice little treatment in there. If I sound really stuffy, I've been really sick this week. Ugh, there's something going around and I feel absolutely horrible. So that's that. But over the weekend, I was finally able to make it over to Sephora. Literally since New Year's Eve, I haven't had a free second to go to Sephora. So I went to Sephora, I grabbed a couple little things, but what I really wanted to get while I was there was the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and I was finally able to pick it up. So I am so excited to try this out because there's a lot of foundations that I used throughout 2017 that I really loved, but I don't know, I'm just like, I'm ready for something new, you know? Like I feel like I've been on the Armani Luminous Silk thing for such a long time, like I'm ready for something new. So I'm super excited to try this out. So I figured that I would just try it out for the first time on camera, kind of like how I did with the Fenty foundation. I'm gonna do half my face with a damp beauty sponge and the other half of my face with a brush. And then I'm gonna wear it throughout the day and I'll get back on here and let you guys know how it wore throughout the day. So right now it is 12:53 in the afternoon. By the time I get on here, I'll have like a good 7 to 8 hours of wear time with this foundation, so I can give you guys a pretty good idea of how it wore throughout the day. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my face like I always do. I'm gonna go with my Hangover Primer, which I just picked up a brand new one. There's nothing like getting like a brand new primer, foundation, and like, I don't know, it's just so exciting when you get a brand new product that you love, you know, after you finish the last one. So I'm just gonna rub this into my skin. Oh, you don't even know what happened to me. I went to go buy this like maybe 4 weeks ago during the holidays because mine had finished, and I accidentally grabbed this, the spray one. And so I have been using that one just because I bought it and I really didn't have time to get back to Sephora. I kept trying to make time to go and exchange it for this one, but I ended up just using that one and whatever. I mean, it's good, but there's nothing like this freaking primer to me. I love this primer so much. You guys have no idea. So I've also really been loving the Farcelli Rose Gold Elixir Primer, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of that all over my face. Also, I have a little mirror here. So I just want to do the drops because, you know, that's what everyone on Instagram does, and I want to do the same thing, so. Okay, so I'm just gonna rub that into my skin. And a couple of my clients have asked me, like, is this primer like really worth it, this little oil? And my answer is yes, it's really good, guys. It really does hydrate the skin really nicely, and it gives a really nice base to the skin for the foundation to kind of absorb into. So I have been using this non-stop. I especially like to put this right in my under eye area. I don't know if you've noticed that I've been making sure that I put all the primers in my under eye area because I tend to get very dry in my under eye area. And I've been using a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape lately, and I hated that concealer before because it would get so cakey and dry under my eyes. But since I started putting my hydrating primer under my eyes and this oil under my eyes, I've been loving Shape Tape. I still don't use a lot of it. I only use like a little swipe of it. You'll notice in like all my videos. But still, it doesn't get so cracky and cakey on me when I make sure that I hydrate my under eyes very well. Sorry, that's very off topic of this video, but I just thought I would share. Oh, by the way, I already have my eye makeup done. I haven't put my lashes on yet, and I am actually filming this eye look right now. It's using the Morphe Dare to Create the 39A Massive Palette. Oh, it's one of my favorite. I love that palette so much, guys. Last thing I like to do, I like to use like any hydrating facial spray when I prime my face. So I'm gonna go with the Laura Geller Spackle Mist just because it's here sitting on my desk. Just anything that's gonna give my face like a little extra boost of hydration. Sometimes I use Mario Badescu water. Sometimes I use the Milani spray. Just any type of facial spray. The only one that I wouldn't recommend using the Morphe setting spray to do this. I like something that's very hydrating. And that one's more like to lock things in. The Morphe one, something more wet. You know what I mean, kind of? Okay, so now moving on to the foundation. I got the color Medium 3, which is called Stromboli. Such a cute name. Stromboli, like it just makes me want Italian food. Okay, so this is what the packaging looks like. It looks like it comes with a lot of product. The packaging is actually really, really, really pretty. It's really nice. So it comes with 1 fluid ounce of foundation, 30 milliliters, which is pretty standard for a foundation. Foundations are usually about 1 fluid ounce, and sometimes you get a little bit more. Sometimes it's like 1.1, 1.2. Liquid foundations, at least. Stick foundations are another story, but that's usually what you get in liquid foundations. This foundation does retail for $49, so it's definitely not on the cheaper end. And there are foundations that are more than this, like Armani Luminous Silk is $65. So I would say that this is definitely on the lower end of the more expensive foundations. Does that kind of make sense to you guys? So it's kind of in the middle, but on the higher end of the mid-priced foundations, yeah? So I'm gonna pump some right here on the back of my hand. Get it out. Come on. It's coming, I feel it. Okay, there it is. So I'm gonna do 2 full pumps. So I've got 2 full pumps on the back of my hand right here. Let's do the side with the brush first. I'm gonna do this half of my face with the brush. So let me get myself a little mirror here. So This color, as long as it doesn't oxidize, this color is literally perfect. Like, look at my neck and look at this. Wow, this color is perfect. Okay. So it seems to be spreading really easy and blending in very easy, which is really good. And keep in mind, you're always gonna get more coverage with a brush than with a sponge. When you use a damp sponge, it's always gonna absorb a little bit of the product. That's completely normal. If you want something a little bit more full coverage, definitely use a brush. But again, I really only usually use a brush with stick foundations just because I have very dry skin. So a lot of times the moisture from the damp beauty blender really helps product just absorb into my skin better. But this is nice, guys. Wow. This looks really, really, really good. I like this. So I feel like it did help my pores a bit instantly. Like, I already see it. It did kind of help my pores a little bit right here. I mean, I can still see my pores when I look closely, but it did kind of help to conceal my pores a bit and kind of make them look a little bit smaller. I am getting a little cakey around my nose, but I feel like that always happens to me when I use a brush. But with 2 pumps, I was able to evenly cover this entire half of my face. You can see the difference on camera. Like, how flawless does this look? And it has like a very nice soft glow to it. Like, I don't know if you can see, like when I turn my face, you see that glow on my cheek, but it's a very natural looking glow. Like, my face doesn't look like excessively glowy or anything. It's kind of like an in-between, and I would say this is like a medium to full coverage foundation. So there's light coverage, there's medium coverage, and then there's full coverage. I would say that this foundation applied with the brush is right in the middle of medium and full coverage. It's like somewhere in the middle of that, you know what I mean? But it's dried down. It's really not too tacky. It feels pretty good. Like, I feel like you could get away with wearing this foundation and not even setting it with powder if you really wanted to, honestly. But it still has a nice soft glow to it. Damn. So now I'm going in with my damp beauty sponge. This is actually an Eco Tool sponge. I've really been liking this. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on this side of my face. Okay, so surprisingly, I'm noticing right off the bat, normally you get more coverage with a brush, which is what I was just saying, but I feel like I'm getting really good coverage with the sponge. Like, maybe the coverage is a little bit less, but it's really good coverage. Like, the damp sponge doesn't seem to be affecting the amount of coverage too much. So I really love this color. I love how this color looks, and it really doesn't seem to be oxidizing. It seems to be staying the exact same color. But guys, this foundation looks really good. Looks really good. Damn, I understand the hype now. This is a great, I can already tell off the bat, like, I'm gonna really love this foundation. Like, this is definitely gonna be a go-to foundation for me. I'm really happy I bought it. I mean, I will obviously still come on here and tell you guys my opinion and how it wears throughout the day, but from the little bit that I'm seeing right now and from my past experience with makeup, this seems like it's gonna be an absolutely incredible foundation, and I need every color for my kit. Seriously. It seems right now to be the perfect in-between of not too matte but not too glowy. It really gives you that nice, natural looking, healthy glow while still giving coverage and without looking oily or greasy. It's like, I haven't been this impressed with the foundation since I used Armani Luminous Silk. Like, I'm very, very impressed with this right now. Okay, so I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna shock a lot of you guys right now because I just like really went in and looked at the foundation. Ignoring my nose. My nose, I definitely like it better with the sponge just because, I don't know, when I put it on with the brush around my nose, it tends to cake up. So I definitely like this foundation around my nose with the sponge better, but I kind of like the side with the brush better. I feel like the side with the brush looks just a little bit more smooth, a little bit more flawless. The side with the blender looks good, but I kind of feel like this side looks better, which is crazy, like, because you know I'm all about the sponge. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face. I'll come back on here, let you guys know how I'm feeling once I finish my face, and then I'll be back in a few hours to let you guys know how it wears throughout the day. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I finished up my makeup, I finished up the eye look, put on some brows, put on some lashes, I threw on some, what are they called? The Salon Perfect 615s. Like, what a throwback. I used to love these lashes and I haven't worn them in forever, so I was like, why not? We're having fun with color and stuff today. Might as well just throw it back to these fun little spiky lashes. And then for lips, I am wearing the color Strip This is an Ultra Satin Lip from ColourPop. It's a really nice go-to, like nudie, neutral, pinky brown, and I just love the Ultra Satin Lip formula. It's literally, I think, my favorite lipstick formula on the market. So I went ahead and finished my makeup, and to be 100% honest, I feel like it looks so good. My face, like even in person, it looks so nice. Like it looks naturally flawless. It's giving me the same type of feels like as Armani Luminous Silk kind of, but it has a little bit more coverage and it's not as dewy and oily looking. Like even when I use Armani, most of the time I'll mix in another foundation with it. Like I'll mix it with a little bit of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation or the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, just to kind of bring it down just a touch, because when I'm going for a very full coverage look with my Armani Luminous Silk, obviously I need to use more product, and I noticed that throughout the night it can kind of play me sometimes. It can start to like get a little bit of oil breakout throughout the night, and I feel like this has a little bit more of a matteness to it, so it shouldn't do that. But again, I'm gonna check in on it throughout the day, kind of see how it holds up, what goes on here, but initially right now I feel like it looks really, really, really good. This color is literally my perfect color. Like look at this next to my arm. That's how you know, because sometimes if you match it to your neck is always lighter than the rest of your body because your chin is like a visor. Think about it. So your neck doesn't get as much sun or as much color as the rest of your body does. So normally when I match my foundation, I try to match it more like to my collarbone or like somewhere on my chest, not really my neck per se, and then I'll just kind of drag it down my neck to like blend it together. But I feel like this color for my skin tone, it's like obviously like the back part of my arm is a lot whiter than the front part of my arm, but I feel like all blended together, it's the perfect color for me right now. I have never found a foundation that by itself is the perfect color for me, and I feel like this is literally my skin color. I'm in shock. All of my stuff, my contour, my highlight, everything blended really nice on top of the foundation. It didn't obstruct anything. It didn't break up anywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna wear it for the rest of the day and I will let you guys know how it wears. So I'll see you guys in a few hours. To you, it'll be like half a second, but for me, it'll be a few hours. So see you guys soon. If you hear any noise in the background, it's just my dogs running around here. They're super happy to be with me because they were put away in like their little playpen area while I was working. But I have had the foundation on for quite a while now. Oh, and I put on a jacket because it got really cold, so I put a jacket on. I put on the foundation at like 12:50 something, so let's just say 1 o'clock. And right now it is 8:33 p.m. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5 or 7.5 hours that I've had this foundation on. And honestly, guys, I don't know if it's like showing well on camera or not, but like I don't remember the last time that I used a foundation that wore this good for that amount of time. Like, it looks super flawless. Like it literally still looks perfect. I feel like my pores still look small. Like my pores aren't standing out at all. I feel like around my jawline and stuff, it looks perfect. My contour and like my bronze hasn't broken up at all. Around my forehead, it still looks really good. And I do notice with a lot of foundations when I wear them for a long time, just because I tend to like touch my face here a lot, or like, you know, scratch my face, or like lean on my hand and stuff. This area tends to get kind of messed up and it still looks really, really, really good. I will say that here around my nose, I did have some oil breakout, which honestly for me is normal. I always kind of get a little bit of oil there, but and again, it has been 8 hours. Like my skin is dry, but I do get a little oil there. On the side of my face that I apply with a brush, like right here on my nose, the cakiness looks actually even worse than it did when I first put it on. When I first put it on, it looked kind of cakey, but now it looks like extremely cakey around my nose. Let me see if I can like zoom you guys in so you can see how cakey my nose is. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that like right all up in there, how cakey that looks on the side. And then on the side that I apply with the Beauty Blender, it looks way, way, way less cakey. And now that you're so up close, you can kind of see my oil outbreak a little bit better around my nose. But yeah, other than that, I think that for 8 hours, for almost 8 hours, this foundation held up incredibly. It looks so good. And like I took some pictures, guys. This foundation looked so good in pictures. It looks amazing in pictures. I was actually Snapchatting while I was filming this video and I was like, okay guys, I just tried out the new Nars Radiant foundation, whatever. And the amount of people that messaged me, like DM'd me through Snapchat, or not, but chatted me through Snapchat, saying how flawless my skin looked. Like that many people have never messaged me saying how flawless my skin looks at one time. But I would compare this to Armani Luminous Silk in the sense that it absorbs into your skin very nicely. I don't know if a lot of you guys know what I'm saying when I say this, but there's a lot of foundations that just sit on top of your skin that don't absorb into your skin. And it's hard to find the ones that do absorb into your skin really good and give you that skin-like look, which you still look flawless. Like obviously it looks like you have makeup on because nobody's skin is that naturally flawless, but it mimics your natural skin as best as possible. Does that kind of make sense to you guys? And I think it just has a lot to do with the way that it sits, it either sinks into your skin or it sits on top of your skin. And I feel like this foundation does a really good job of sinking into your skin. But yeah, I really, honestly, I have nothing negative to say about this foundation. It looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks super flawless. It photographed beautifully when I was taking pictures. The only thing is that I did get a lot of oil breakout around my nose, which happens to me with Armani Luminous Silk also. But again, I don't think that really has anything to do with the actual foundation. I think that might just be more like the concealer. And the fact that maybe I didn't set it as much as I needed to have set it. Other than the cakiness that I got around my nose and the side that I applied it with a brush, I really don't have any complaints. I think it looks really, really, really good. And I think that I found a new favorite foundation in the beginning of 2018. Next time I use it, I think I'm actually gonna mix in a little bit of the MAC Strobe Cream to it, just to see if that kind of thins it out a little bit and gives me more of like that soft look. Sometimes when you thin out foundations, they absorb into your skin better and they kind of like blend into your skin and sink into your skin more, like what I was just talking about. And it gives you more of that skin-like look. Obviously, you have to compensate a little bit. Like it's gonna, if you dilute it with like an illuminator or something like that, the foundation is not gonna have as much coverage, but it'll still have good coverage. So I'm gonna see. We're gonna test that out. We're gonna try that out next time around. But other than that, I think that's all I have left to say about the foundation. It's awesome. I super duper loved it. I can't wait to keep using it. I love finding new foundations. If you have any other foundation recommendations, that rhymes. If you have any more foundation recommendations that you super duper love, I would love to check them out. Comment below and let me know what they are. And if you want reviews on any new foundations that came out, comment below and let me know. I love trying out foundations. I really wanna try out the new Maybelline, I think it's called the Color Stay or something like that. And I want to try out the new Huda Beauty foundation too. I know it's very full coverage, but I still like, I really want to try it out. If you're somebody with excessively oily skin, you may not like this foundation. I know people that have really oily skin definitely migrate more towards extremely matte foundations. This is definitely not an extremely matte foundation. This is like a hybrid of a matte and a glow put together. Definitely more towards the glowy side, if that kind of makes sense. It's not super matte at all. It really does give your skin like a natural looking glow from within and like a very soft dewiness. So if you're oily, you might not love this, but if you're dry or combination, you will probably love this if you're into the glowy, natural, healthy, lit from within type of look and you like coverage. As always, I hope this video was helpful, as I always hope my videos are helpful for you guys. If you have any other foundations that you'd like me to try out, comment below and let me know. I love trying out new foundations. It's one of my favorite things in makeup. I think that my two favorite things in makeup, like my two favorite makeup products to buy, are foundations and eyeshadow palettes. Those are like my two favorite things to buy. I don't know why I get so excited for them. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one. Bye.